All right, you guys are now tuned into the Players Den podcast once again, and I have a special guest, Mr. Ted Volz.
You got
Ted
it.
Volz, and he got a great brand that a lot of people are jumping on. It's called Clean Energy. It's a smoothie product, and let's go ahead and get into it. How you doing, Ted?
Yeah, thanks so much for having me on, Tony. I'm doing well. How you doing?
I'm doing great, man. I'm doing great. Can't complain.
Good.
Let's go ahead and get into. You started this. You started this brand over a year ago. What made you do it?
Yeah, so as I looked out across the sports nutrition space, um, there's a common denominator of a lot of these sports nutrition products have added sugar and lab created ingredients. And as I did my research and reading on added sugar and lab created ingredients, really come to the conclusion based upon a lot of medical literature out there that's growing, that added sugar and lab created ingredients really aren't good for your body. So as a recreational athlete, I played football and ran track through high school, and then intramural sports in college, and then just work out and run and recreational sports since then. I've always been interested in sports nutrition, but always turned off by that added sugar and lab created ingredients component because I'm trying to take care of my body, not just for the short term, but for the long term. So that kind of drove me to the idea of Clean Energy. Launched just about a year ago on cleansmoothie.com, direct to consumer. That's our website, cleansmoothie.com. And Clean Energy is just organic fruits and vegetables. So it's kosher, it's vegan, it's gluten-free, and it provides good, healthy, bioavailable calories. So athletes, whether before or after a workout or a practice or a game, they can get something healthy into their body quickly and easily to replenish their fuel, replenish their calories without all the junk that's in a lot of sports nutrition products out there. So launched a year ago on cleansmoothie.com. We got onto Amazon in January, so not quite a year yet on Amazon, and we're still very small, working hard to try to make it, but we've got some cool traction and some cool momentum. We have an NFL team who's a two-time buyer, so they've bought for 2 consecutive seasons now, the Green Bay Packers.
That's awesome.
Yeah, thanks. We're excited about that. It helps us feel good about the utility of the product, and then we've got a handful of Division I athletic department customers across the Big Ten, the ACC, the Pac-12, and these are universities that I had no pre-existing connection to. I just reached out to and said, I've launched this company. I'd like to send you some free samples, and you can try it out with your student athletes. And they've done that and decided to buy for months now on a recurring basis. So that's been really cool and makes us feel good about about the utility of the product and people enjoying it and using it well. And we understand we use the universities offer it to student athletes in refrigerated fueling stations in their training facilities. So student athletes can come and go.
Just fuel up and go.
Exactly.
Makes
A good way to get healthy calories. And then we've had some cool recognition along the way. Runner's World recognized us as a best food before a run, which is cool because we think that's another really good use case. And that's actually when I like to use it after a run. I'll pound one down to get some good healthy calories to replenish and refuel. And then one of our customers actually their university hosted the women's Final Four last year. So they stocked the women's Final Four locker room with Clean Energy, which was kind of cool there. So we're excited about that.
No, that made you feel pretty good about your product. Like, man, we're moving pretty fast. Like in just a year, like Green Bay Packers, Final Four, like that's some big recognition, man. It's just getting started. So that's pretty good.
Yeah. Thanks, man. Yeah, I appreciate that. And we hope it's a sign of bigger things to come, but we've got a lot of work to do.
Yes, sir. I didn't see too many. What flavors do you guys have?
So only one flavor at the moment. So it's a banana, strawberry, blueberry.
And that's a good combination.
Yeah, so that's what we got going right now. We hope to launch a couple more. The next one upcoming is going to be a pineapple mango. And then we want to do a berry centered flavor.
Yeah.
But I think that's one of the, that's one of the limiting factors for our growth right now is we got to launch some more flavors to open up possibilities to different people that like different flavors.
Right. And that's just like short term, like that's a short term thing. Like long term, like I know you guys have the flavors, and that's a great combination to start off. And berry is like, to me, berry is like number one. I love berry product. So when you guys launch the berry, make sure Tony's up there to get him some, because berry is I'm not the banana guy, but if you mix it in, it'll work out for me. I can do it. Like I can manage it.
We'll make sure a free sample is on the way to you once we get the berry sample.
Okay. So what's the so short term, what are the goals that you have for your company right now, short term?
So we'd love to continue to expand with universities, and continue to work with more universities. That's really a good short-term goal for us, because that, we think, proves out the use case of the product, makes it useful for athletes, gets it out to a number of high-performing athletes. We'd also like to continue to expand with professional athletes. So we do have a number of professional athletes that are already using clean energy. We actually have a couple of big UFC fighters who very early on in our launch, like within a month of launching, reached out to us on Instagram, and so we connected with them and said, hey, we'd love to send you some free product if you want to give us some publicity. And so we've been doing that for months now. Two fighters, one by the name of Edson Barbosa Jr., and then another by the name of Thiago Santos, Thiago Moreta, the Hammer Santos.
The Hammer.
Yeah, so we get that some free product, and that's been really cool along the way too, in the journey of, we've just started getting into NIL arrangements with collegiate athletes, and that's been fun to get product out to collegiate athletes, get their reactions, and then have them post about it on social media and Instagram, TikTok, Twitter. That's been pretty cool to see and get the reaction out there.
Yeah. So short term, long term, like what are you seeing long term? What are you seeing down the road?
So whatever we do down the road, it's going to be central to us that we remain clean label, meaning anything that we roll out, we want it to be adhere to our tenets of no added sugar and no lab created ingredients. And that's surprisingly rare for sports nutrition and packaged food. So we think that's really important to who we are, and we think that's better off for the consumer. It's more healthy for them in the short term and the long term. So that's where we want to be, clean label. We want to continue to launch more flavors, get them out to more universities, professional teams, athletes, and not yet hitting the press. And but we do have a couple deals with an NFL player in the works, and then actually a player in the World Series right now. So we're hoping to finalize that soon and get that out there, which would be cool.
Yeah, no added sugars, like preservatives, like that's going to glue people. Like, and if it tastes like something, it's like, whoa, what are you doing here? Like, this is pretty good. Like, I'm gonna come back to it. And you're right. A lot of energy-driven things have a lot of sugar in it, and I never understood that. Like, I don't get it. That, like, what's the idea of being healthy if you got to drink a lot of sugar to get fuel? That's why I don't touch Gatorade and Powerade. I don't drink those things because there's just too much sugar in them.
So you're hitting the contradiction right on the head, Tony, because that's it, right? You have high performing athletes who are doing their best to take care of their body. And then for whatever reason, over time, you have these big sports nutrition companies that have somehow gotten in and fueling them with products that, maybe are fine here or there and fine, in limited use case, but continued use of excessive added sugar and lab grade ingredients really isn't good for the body in the long term. And so why would an athlete, if they're exercising every single day, why are they going to want to fuel their body with, a product that's really not going to be good for them over the long run?
It doesn't make any sense.
It doesn't. And that's where we think there's a niche. And I think it's a broader trend across packaged food where consumers are getting smarter and smarter about what's in their food. And you have this trend of people wanting more natural food, more organic food.
Vegan based.
Exactly. And this is kind of the next iteration of that. There's some, I might even say deception in the packaged food space around calling themselves natural. Different foods will call themselves natural. But that's really a misused term in packaged food. It really doesn't mean anything.
Right.
For that. And so that's why we call ourselves Clean Label, and we define that on our website on cleansmoothie.com that means no added sugar,
right.
No lab grade ingredients, no preservatives, no artificial colors or flavors, just organic fruits and vegetables. So it's a simple definition that people can understand, and I think people appreciate, and most importantly is best for your body in the short term and the long term.
Yeah, and another thing that I like about you guys is it's shelf stable for 12 months. Like I don't have to worry about drinking all of it. I can buy as many as I need and just shelf them and just be able to just have them every day. Don't have to worry about them really expiring. Like that's a big thing too. I was like, man, this is just, I was reading everything online. I was like, man, I'm ready to order now. Like this is just everything that you want to be healthy. Like I'm ready to try the product, man.
Thank you. Thanks for pointing that out. Yeah, that is definitely a big attribute that especially the universities find helpful because, one of the most healthy things you can eat as an athlete or just as a consumer is fresh fruits and vegetables.
Of course.
Problem with fresh fruits and vegetables is they expire quickly, right? They go rotten, they go bad. The benefit of clean energy, one of the huge benefits of clean energy and packaged food in general is that it's shelf stable. So as you said, you can store it for 12 months, in a pantry. We think it tastes best chilled. And as I mentioned, the universities typically put it in a refrigerated fueling station, and I'll leave them in the fridge. I like them best chilled, but you can leave them in a pantry, or on a shelf, and they don't have to be refrigerated, and leave them there for months. And then you have the convenience of just pulling them out whenever you need them and whenever you need access to them.
Yeah, like I said, everything is about the brand Clean Energy is just healthy. Like it's what people are going to want. And like I said, that's why like I was just online. I was just like, man, I got to talk to this guy because I don't see this often. Like when I clicked on it, I'm like, and somebody sent me this. Like I didn't just find somebody. And that's what I said. A lot of people are just like, hey, this is a new healthy thing. And it was sent to me. And like health is wealth, and it's like everybody's on that health train now, and you want to be healthy, and this is going to be the product for you. And I just, like I said, I'm just ready to try my own and be able to stick with it and don't have to worry about the sugars in it. And like I said, the products like Gatorade and things like that, it's just so much sugar in it. It's like, and people just drink it just to drink it, and it's like. That is not what you want to do with those products, but people don't really know about them too much. So,
yeah. No, we totally appreciate your excitement, and we're excited about what we're offering, and we're excited about the reaction that we're getting out there from athletes and universities, and we hope we can grow that. And we think there's a good opportunity out there to do it.
Yes, sir. And before I let you go, can you tell everybody your social medias where they can find you guys? So because people are going to look at this video like, where can I find them? So just lay it on the table.
Yeah, awesome. Thanks, Tony. Yeah, so Clean Energy at cleansmoothie.com. So cleansmoothie.com is our website. If you want to find us on Instagram, it's at clean_energy for you, clean_energy number 4U. And you can find a lot of the athletes, pro, collegiate, across all different sports: football, basketball, baseball, gymnastics, soccer, men's and women, all across the country, different sports, different universities. So check us out on Instagram. We're also on TikTok. We're still kind of developing our TikTok identity here as we're learning, but that's at cleansmoothie.com. That's our handle on TikTok. On Twitter, we're at Clean Smoothie. And you can find us on Amazon if you search Clean Energy Smoothie or Clean Energy or Clean Smoothie.
Okay, sounds good, man. Like I said, I appreciate you coming on the show tonight. I hope this is not the last time. I definitely want to talk about the new adventures of clean energy, and I hope the product is just the best for you guys. I wish nothing but the best for the healthy brands, because that's, like I said, health is wealth, man. So I appreciate you, man.
Tony, thanks so much for having me on. It's really great to connect and look forward to having more conversations in the future. And you let me know your address. We'll send you a free case.
Okay. Thank you, boss. I appreciate you, man.
All right. Take care.
You too.